LS Fabrication, when precision matters.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Dennis. Welcome to Patina Code. This is Patina Views, and today we have a special guest lined up. Chris, one of the owners from LS Fabrication, sits down and talks with me about how LS Fab got started. So, 47 to 54 people, this one's for you. All right, everybody, we're here with Chris from LS Fabrication, and he's going to tell us a little bit about how LS Fab got started and where they're projected to go in the future. What's going on, Chris?
Well, not much, Dennis. Just enjoying a nice cool night here in Canada, eh?
Yeah. So earlier we were talking about some designs that you were coming up with, but what I want to know about is, how did LS Fab get started? Like the base of it. How did you come about?
Yeah, for sure. So we're a pretty new company, I'd say. We've only been around for a few years now, and we got started in the midst of my own personal build. I was building a 51 Chevy pickup for my wife, which eventually snowballed into a complete build. It's now my truck. In building that, I had this kind of desire for what I wanted on the firewall after looking at all these C10 guys and what they were doing, and reached out to all kinds of people through social media and companies and websites and whatnot, looking for a smoothed out or bead rolled sheet metal firewall, and just wasn't able to come up with anything. And my now business partner, Chris Lang, from Lang Shop, he is a multi-talented guy with lots of abilities all around, and I actually outsourced my cab to him and traded him a 37 Ford Coupe at the time and a little bit of money, and left it in his very capable hands and said, here's what I'm after, let me know what you can do. And the day before my daughter was born, he sent me the first picture of my firewall. And I'll never forget it, because are you sitting down? And I was like, yeah, what? And he sends me this picture of the first ever firewall, I guess, produced by LS Fab. And it was awesome. It's what's now called the Kalinda design, because that's the name of my truck, is Kalinda. And so we posted some pictures, to social media and Facebook and whatnot, and shared this around, and people started asking about the firewalls and where we got it, or if we could make one and whatnot. And so I hit him up and I was like, hey, what do you think about selling a few of these? And so that's where it started, and we sold a few and then whatnot. And we actually started selling a bunch and registered as a business, and then it just took off, and everything that we made selling firewalls, we put back into new products and development design and trying to fill a little niche market that are things that builders like yourself and myself would like to have that maybe aren't available. And I don't know, went to town, I guess.
Right. So yeah, it's like for the home, everything that you guys designed is for the home built enthusiast, someone that doesn't have a ton of skill.
Well, yeah, it's and my ability level isn't anything crazy, and I'd like to consider myself a home builder, a garage kind of do-it-yourselfer guy. So we kept that in mind with all the stuff we build, and it's more based around the do-it-yourself or the time savings and stuff. Like a lot of our stuff are simple panels, but they save time, which equates to money, or they take out a lot of the guesswork and make it hopefully easy for the end consumer, which is our goal. We've looked at more extravagant designs for the firewall and stuff, which would be a lot more elaborate. You need to brace the cab and do a lot more structural work to be maybe replacing the entire front piece and whatnot, where ours allows the integrity of the cab to stay in place while you put that smoothed out firewall in. So yeah, we've tried to, keep in mind that the majority of the population are guys like you and me trying to do this for themselves out of their own garage on a budget, but still want to have that, very cool custom look to their engine bay or their truck, for that matter. So
Exactly, and it works out. So the 47 to 54, you have a plethora of parts for those. So what are the other model years that you guys have?
We
Anything?
cover a lot of areas, and like most of it has just come from consumer requests or my partner Chris, he's got an auto body shop and he does customer bills and stuff. So as he's working on customer vehicles, we develop parts and panels while their vehicles are in the shop, right? So it helps drastically in allowing us access, because we don't, you can't just develop a panel without having something to template off of, or a cap to work off of per se, right? So he does a lot of the product development and design, or pretty much all of it, and yeah, so we offer 47, up to 73 to 87, I guess would be kind of the next there, but we've got little inner fenders, filler pieces, and some smaller parts for newer air trucks, but most of our stuff is 47 to 54, 55 to 59, 60 to 66, and 73 to 87.
Right.
Little earlier Chevy truck stuff. Yeah.
Right. So out of all the different things, what's the best selling part that you guys have out there at LSFab?
The firewalls, man. Like that's, I'm not going to pretend like we invented the bead rolled firewall. When the C10 guys were doing it all over, and I reached out to anyone and everyone I could find when I was looking for my own, and they either didn't have the template or just didn't respond. So that's how we got started. Was I'd like to think we are the first people that came to market, invented the bead rolled firewall when the C10 guys were doing it all over, and I reached out to anyone and everyone I could find when I was looking for my own, and they either didn't have the template or just didn't respond. So that's how we got started. Was I'd like to think we are the first people that came to market with a bead rolled firewall for the consumers, right? Like lots of guys have done it before and they've done it for themselves, but we actually came to market with one for sale, and that is to date our top seller. The bead rolled sheet metal firewalls for 47 to 54 trucks is hands down that's our ticket item. But from doing that, we've expanded into lots of other bead rolled sheet metal parts, and then we've also got these billet aluminum CNC machine parts that we've done with the billet door handles and the billet 47 to 53 dash, which has been a hit. There's a lot of them out. Surprisingly, we don't get a lot of photos back, which I don't know how to instigate that, but I'd love to see every truck that one of our dashes is in, because we've sent a ton out, and we just don't get to see to get the pictures back. But they're a piece I'm personally very proud of, because that had a lot to do with the development design. Like, because I ordered, the replacement tin repop ones from, you name it, whatever company you order your stuff from, and I just couldn't put it into my truck. Like, my truck isn't no $60,000 show truck, but I put a lot of work and a lot of effort into it, and to put those little, in my opinion, poorly made tin pieces was just not right. That's the feature piece of that interior of that truck, is those speaker grill and dash pieces, and that's how this all happened. And it took a lot of time and a lot of money to develop, but I'm super happy that I did, because I'm running the billet pieces in my own truck, and I know that the quality is next to nothing that's on the market. So,
right, they are sharp. I got to get me a set. I'm gonna have a next set in the next truck.
Yeah. We'll get some in your hands for sure.
Yeah, right. And that's going to be the big thing. Starting the next truck, and we're going to feature all of the LSFab things that we can put in it, as much of it as we can stuff into.
The coolest thing, Dennis, is like, honestly, man, like, this has kind of been a pipe dream for us, and it's just kind of fallen into place and developed, and we keep putting as much as we can into new products and new ideas. But I talked to you about this kind of offline before we got going on this. Like, it is such a cool feeling, man, to have our products and pieces in so many builds around the country and around the world, to be honest. Like, we've got firewalls and billet dashes, like in Australia and Italy, and I don't know, you name it. Like, they're all over the world. And to me, like, how much cooler does it get?
Right.
You developed or made, right?
Right. We're running short on the time. Is there any one thing left that you need to say, or?
What are you hitting at there? I don't know. We got a few products coming down the line. We're constantly working to develop new products and keep trying to expand our product line and make the next move as a company. So hopefully, our customers and people keep supporting us. They've been awesome up to this point. I'm excited to see what happens, in the future, because we're going to keep coming.
LS Fabrication, when precision matters.